Today we gather to witness the joining together of Tiffany and Allen and ask for God's favor upon them so that they may be strengthened in their life together and nurtured in their love for God. You are here not just because you have decided to be here, but when we acknowledge God's presence here, to know that God is actually the architect behind the love story that you share here today. Tiffany, you are really the life of the room. There's so much joy and zeal. Full of life is what I think of when I see you. But I've come to realize that underneath that is this tender and somewhat fragile side of you. And I love the fact that Allen sees that. He doesn't just see the outer beauty, but he sees the inner truth and he embraces it. Allen, when I think of you, I think of a man's man. But I see that you place great value in your words, and you mean what you say. And as you enter into this promise, Tiffany, that should give you great confidence that when he says he will be to you, your husband, it is a promise that I believe comes from the bottom of his heart.
I, Allen, take you, Tiffany,
To be my wife.
to be my wife,
And I promise before God and these witnesses
and I promise before God and these witnesses
to be your loving and faithful husband,
to be your loving and faithful husband,
in plenty and in want,
and in plenty and in want,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Tiffany, repeat after me. I, Tiffany, take you, Allen,
I, Tiffany, take you, Allen,
to be your loving and faithful wife,
to be your loving and faithful wife,
in plenty and in want,
in plenty and in want,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Those who've had the privilege to know my brother will all agree that he is the most loyal and thoughtful person one will ever know. And he told me about Tiffany, saying, I have never felt like this towards anyone in my life, but I think I need her in my life. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this girl is the girl I need to marry.
Before God and in our presence, Tiffany and Allen have made their solemn vows to each other. I proclaim that you are now husband and wife. Allen, you may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Allen and Tiffany Kim.